What is going on, everyone? Mr.JameZtown, and I want to let you know about a new podcast that I started. It's called The Gamers Lounge, and I've teamed up with other YouTubers, Twitch streamers, gamers like myself, and we made a podcast. And this is a little clip of the podcast that we make. It comes out every week, and if you'd like to see the full episode or other episodes that are not released here, then you can go to our YouTube channel that we made specifically for the Gamers Lounge. And the link will be down in the description and also somewhere here on the screen. So just take and go over there, subscribe if you want to see it. And if you like this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. I'll try to upload some of the segments on this channel as well. But like I said, if you want to see the whole show, if you want to see everything, then make sure you go to that channel and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Hit the thumbs up button, and I will catch you guys in a future episode. Talk to you guys later.
Go.
What is going on, everyone? Mr.JameZtown. I'm joined with the Great One, and this is episode 1 of the Gamers Lounge, where you're going to witness two guys that's never done a podcast, and we're going to attempt to do a podcast.
So pretty much sums it up. How's it going?
Yep.
Like you said, I'm Great One, known as Angel, and this is number 1. But you know what? We'll definitely get it right. So, all right, Jane, what you got on the topic for us today?
All right, so we have to start off with, this is obviously a brand new show. We are the Gamers Lounge, and the purpose of this podcast is going to be kind of making gaming funny, but also incorporating like news and events and things like that. I understand there's a lot of podcasts out there, and everyone, you know, there's just so many of them, and we're not trying to be like them. We're trying to be better than them. So don't look at this episode as the bar of where we're setting this podcast to be, because we are constantly going to be improving, and you're going to see that every week we're going to raise that bar just a little bit higher. Because it's all about getting better. And, you know, like I said, this is our first one. So it is what it is. We figure it out, and we just keep going from there.
Agreed. Definitely
Can only go up.
Agreed. That's true.
So, but anyway, so I was putting this together, and obviously, you know, I picked you, you know, to kind of be the co-host of this show and everything.
Yep.
And, you know, there's a lot involved with starting a podcast, which I've never done a podcast. Have you ever done a podcast?
I've been on one, and to be honest with you, it was like maybe 4 to 5 questions, and that was pretty much it. You know, it was kind of like a rapid minute. Okay, you know, bam, first question. Okay, da-da-da, okay. Everybody did their little input on it. Okay, next question. And then from there, it went on to the next person. And that was pretty much it. I mean, it was a good experience, but it was definitely something like, I don't know if I can get used to that. Like, you figure with us, like, we can actually, you know, converse back and forth based on what we, you know, want to talk about and how to get it out there and how to go about, you know, getting this right. So I don't know. Like, it wasn't really what I expected it to be, but at the same time, I kind of got it like, you know what? Okay, this is not bad, because to pull you out of your comfort zone is definitely a good thing at times, especially like this. Cause like the whole, like when I started doing the vlogs, I'm comfortable with speaking in front of people, but not really into a camera, you know? So this is definitely, it's a new experience for me, like as far as this breaks down.
And that's one of the things with YouTube. Like a lot of people, they don't understand, you know, it's the, you know, people like, okay, you know, I'm funny, I'm gonna do YouTube, and
they think it's so easy. Like,
yeah, and I try to explain it to people where it's like, okay, you have to talk into a camera that doesn't talk back, and then you also have to watch your eyes, because you have to make sure, you know, like if the camera's over here and then you put your notes over there, you're like constantly looking this way, and you got to not be like because you always have to cough at the worst possible time. That's when you have to cough. That's when the lawnmower goes across. I mean, everything happens at the worst possible time. I mean, literally, like a lightning strike will take and happen and blow your plug to your router completely out right in the middle. I mean, I was one away from a chem strike when that happened.
Oh, I'd have been pissed.
No, I'm just kidding.
That'd have been funny though.
Yeah, that would have been pretty funny actually. But you know, it takes a lot of effort. I mean, even like starting like the podcast and stuff, because branding is so important now. And it's more important because there's so many different
Yeah.
ways that you have to brand yourself. Like you have to be cross-branded, or it's just, you know. And when I set up the Gamers Lounge, I actually bought this domain a long time ago, and I didn't really do anything with it. And then it was like, okay, you know. But back in the day, you set up a domain, you
Right.
picked out, you know, what you wanted your website to be, you put some stuff on there, and you were good. And now it's like, okay, I need a Twitter, I need a Twitch, I need a YouTube, and you have to make sure that all those names are available. So literally, I had all these windows open with all these different, you know, usernames to see if like it was going to
Be
be
available.
available.
Yeah.
And then when all of them were available, I was like, well, crap, what happens if I sign up for one and then in the middle, one of them gets taken, you know, like, so it was
That's
so
true.
frustrating, you know, and,
Yep.
especially for gaming, because then you got to do Twitch. And I remember when I first started YouTube, I was so mad because I came up with, you know, JameZtown. That was my name. That's what I wanted to go by. And I was like, all right, nobody's going to have this name. And I go to YouTube and I type in youtube.com/JameZtown to see if it was available. And you know what it was?
What?
It was a video of this guy took from his cell phone of him sitting in the car, and it was raining, and he had his windshield wipers on, and there was a leaf. And that's
Huh.
all it was just a video of this leaf going back and forth between his car. And it was like 3 years old, and he had one video. That was his whole channel. And I'm like, really? I can't get this name because this guy has a leaf? Like, what? I mean, it was so frustrating, you know, but, you know, it was, you know, it is what it is. It all worked out. You know, everything's good now. But we, for those that are wondering, we have secured a Twitch, a Twitter, everything.
Yes,
You
we
can
did.
actually find it at thegamerslounge.com. There's links to the Twitter and everything. And so you can just click on that, and then you can subscribe. You can, you know, just whichever social platforms you're on, we have just about all of them set up. So, and if there's one that you're on that we should, you know, if you think of one we need to add, you know,
Oh, I'll definitely bring it to your attention. Most definitely.
maybe Vine or something. A lot of people have been kind of hopping on
Yeah.
that lately.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I actually have
Talk about today's sponsor.
Yeah, go ahead. Talk about today's sponsor, because I definitely want to, like, the topic I want to talk about was during a recent thing that occurred at my school, and I'll definitely break it down the way it broke. I think you'll find it interesting based on what occurred. So, go
Well,
ahead.
we're going to do sponsors throughout the show, and if you're actually interested in becoming a sponsor, what you need to do is make a little quick 15 to 30-second video kind of promoting yourself. You know, if you have a clan, if you're a Twitch streamer, whatever it is that you may do, gaming related. It doesn't necessarily have to be COD. You know, we're pretty much open to just gaming in general.
Yep.
And just make a quick little video. Don't have any intro or anything like that. You know, like no, don't put your intro into the video. Just you talking, or a quick gameplay or whatever it is that you want to do. You know, just quick little video kind of describing who you are and what your channel is about. And then we'll just pick ones, and those will be ones because we're going to do little commercial breaks kind of throughout the show. And we want to feature you guys because we thank you for supporting us. And if we can, you know, send a couple viewers your way, then it's a win-win for both of us. So if you're interested in that, you can, you know, just head to thegamerslounge.com, and you'll find all the information that you need right there on the website. But this one, our first sponsor, this will go down in the history books, is going to be, it was DS Fury, and she's a Twitch streamer, right?
Yes, she's definitely she's one of those streamers. Like, I've been watching her stream for a while, and she's definitely like doing the quote fingers, and I hate doing that. She really is, like, I think she's great. You know, she's very sociable, like, especially like on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, you know, her Twitch. She interacts
very pink.
with, yeah, she's all about the pink. I mean, pink's her color. You know, she's very classy, but also at the same time she's very respectful. Like, when she streams, you know, there's about 6 of us, and I happen to be one of the mods because we just, like, clicked. You know, we definitely got along real well. But when she streams lately, I noticed, because of the fact that she's blowing up so fast, that in turn, you know, she was view botted the other day. Somebody was trying to DDoS her. I mean, excuse me, it got annoying. Like, she wants to eventually get partnered, but at the same time she wants to do it on her own steam. So it like, I definitely give her credit for having the patience, because she'll pop up on her screen, on the stream, and she'll show the messages that people send her, periodically throughout the day. And one of them was funny because it was like 6 of us, like all 6 mods were in the room. So the guy was like, he actually jumped in to the stream. He was like, hey, Fiery, I want you to read my message. So she's like, all right, she read the message. And mind you, James, it was one of the most derogatory messages. Like, I saw the first line, all I did was go over to his name, bam, straight timed out his ass. Because I'm like, and she was like, where'd he go? I was like, I flat out told her. I timed him out. I was like, oh, thank you. And one of her close friends on there, his name is Cruel Bandit. He was like, damn, great, you beat me to it. I was like, yeah, I don't tolerate that. Like, it's one thing if she's being trashy on there to receive that type of attention, but no, she wasn't sleazy. She had a nice little outfit on. She had like a kind of like a top, like where like it wasn't really like a shoestring, but it was like a tank top kind of thing. So her tattoo was showing, and the guy was just all kinds of rude. I mean, people shouldn't have to go through that, even if they're streaming. Just because she's a woman and she wants to stream, more power to her. There are a lot of girl gamers out there. I'm not going to say any names. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. As she's sitting on the couch there playing her Lego game. The missus, she really likes her games, and she likes her style of game. But you know what? It's what drives her. I don't particularly like the Lego games, but they are fun to watch. So seeing her watch them, I forget. I'll put my feet up in the recliner, have a nice little drink, and she'll play for an hour or two, and I enjoy it. But with Fiery, she's hungry. Like, that woman definitely has a drive. Like, she definitely wants to get her name out there. Like, like I said, she's only been streaming a few months, and she has over 2,000 subs. And one of the things that I like to kind of thank her fans or the followers back, with that being said, she had this set up to where if she got 2,000 followers, she ordered like a set of like cat ears that like move, and granted they had a delay in it, but she still kind of fulfilled her obligation, because when she hit the 2,000, she had original cat ears, and she would sorry, my dog is being rude. Go lay down, buddy. She wore them. Like, she wore them for the entire duration of the stream. And you know what? That's cool, because she constantly does giveaways. And even though, Twitch right now is really
spunky.
Huh?
She's spunky.
No, she is like
you just look at her and she's spunky. And I don't even know why people get, like, hate on girl gamers. Like, that's the silliest thing in the world. Do you really want just a gigantic sausage fest? Like, it doesn't, like, please, let's have more girl gamers. Like, what's wrong with that? I'm all for that. Like, and especially ones that are funny, they're spunky, they're not boring. It's like, no. But do you know why I picked her?
Honestly, I do not know why. And you know what? I'd love to hear it as to.
Well, funny that I have a great story of why I picked her. Not only because of the pink hair, because that's just awesome. Okay. And not only because it was episode 1, so we were pretty limited on choices, but she posted out a tweet that I thought was absolutely hilarious. And it was, if you had a third eye, where would you put it?
I caught witness about that.
Did you see what I responded with? If I had a third eye, where would I put it? Yeah. I'd put it in the girls' locker room. That's where I'd put the third eye. Why not? And then she responded back with, well, that could be a bad thing. You never know what you're going to see. And I was like, okay, very true. But if I'm an eyeball, I can close it and not see what I don't want to see, and only see the good things.
Only see the good things. Anything
and she was like, that's a good one, But I love people with like sense of humor like that, And when I saw that, I was like, that's it. She is sponsor number 1. Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt, sponsor number 1.
Like, as I'm reading it now, I like the fact that she went along with it. Like, it was definitely.
And all of her links will be in the description below. So if you want to check out, her Twitch stream, if you want to take and check out her Twitter and all of that stuff, tell her that Gamers Lounge, if you follow her on Twitter, send her a message, let her know that you saw, you heard about her on this podcast or whatever, and that we were showing her some love. and definitely do that. But all of her links will be down into the description below.
Yeah, most definitely. Like, it would definitely be an honor to have her. Like I said, because she doesn't hold any grudges. She doesn't pull any punches either, which is good because I like. Cause she doesn't have a filter. Like, that's what I think that will be a big addition to our group here, based on like just the way she is. Because she was like, oh my god, I love podcasts, and I was like, all right, like that made us wanting her on here so much more. Like,
all right, that's it. Everyone, tweet her and tell her she needs to join this podcast. So everyone that's watching this, send her a tweet and tell her she needs to hop aboard the Gamers Lounge. We need a female. She'd be our third eye.
She would be the third eye. And that would
All right, guys, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. We will be back in just a second. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for just supporting us during this transition. We are going to be improving weekly, and just want to say thank you so much for stopping by, and we will see you in a quick second.